1 month ago, I decided to become a VTuber, just to understand what this trend is all about. And this is my report, 1 month in.
Got one! Can I get two? Come back! My god, you suck! Hey, bitch! Oh, shoot, you were a grunt. Don't go too far, you idiot! They went the opposite way. Got him! We've been flipped! Come after me, come on, come on. Got him! Got him! It's a stylized representation, you barbarian. Stay away from Snipey Boy! No one hurt Snipey Boy!
So, why did I go down this rabbit hole in which I stand in today? It started a few months ago with the rise of a certain individual. I knew what it was at the surface level. You have an avatar of sorts that uses face tracking to basically read lip movements and emotions from the face. Yeah, there's cameras like the Leap Motion which can track hand movement, but that's a little bit expensive on my end for right now. Same goes with VR. But to actually make a 3D model, I had generally no clue how to do it. And so, I began my research into modeling. Well, at least for a anime-esque character. Granted, I'm not the best artist, but I worked with what I could do. So first came up was software. What do I need to make this thing happen? First off, you need a camera or a webcam. You need a very high-running computer. And a not like very high-end RTX type crap with Threadripper or whatever. The biggest thing you need is a modern system with 16 gigabytes of RAM, which I did not have. So that was a trip to Amazon. Next, I needed to find a model, or make one, which I decided to do. So I started browsing YouTube. Some helpful videos I used to guide me through this endeavor. These videos helped me a lot in trying to figure out how to actually do this, and I recommend you watch them if you ever want to try doing virtual reality. So the program I used was VRoid Studios for the modeling. So how was my first attempt? Well, it was passable. Some things I wanted to do, but just couldn't because I did not have the skills to do it. Like how my clothes were originally going to be a trench coat. Instead, I went with a sweater-like appearance, with a mockery of a trench coat, with a line going down through the center somewhat. I will say though, the hair was the most annoying part in trying to make this model. It is very basic. I spent around 3 days trying to make it look right. At least to me. At least it's like passable. 1 week later, I waited for my 16 gigabytes of RAM to arrive and, well, started streaming. So out of a course of a month, this is how each week kind of went with each stream. So I started with the first stream, which was Halo 2 Anniversary on the Legendary. God, oh god, why did I do that? I did it for sake of Halo 3 on PC finally coming, but like, why? I had a backlog of games to play, and I chose a game I've played to death already. Either way, that's how the first week went. Now, there was some issues. First off, the emotions. I had to tab out of the program and use a shortcut key to make the face do certain things, like XD, or, smiling, frowning, being pissed off. It was very inconvenient, especially when you're playing a multiplayer game like Halo. So the software I used was 310A. Very decent at its job for being free. But the next week I switched to something else, Magic Mirror. To me, it had somewhat of a better tracking software in my eyes. That being said, the emotions were still a problem. I at least was able to make a shortcut key for it, at least. Though it was very inconvenient when playing certain games. is still an issue to this day. I also started making videos, like highlights and some informational videos which I wanted to experiment with. As that, it was kind of a normal week. The only people who really showed up to my streams were my friends, and that carried on through the entire month. To which, to be honest, I'm not surprised at. I also tried to up my thumbnail game for a bit and try and make more of an identity using my model. And thus ended the first week. Week 2 was something. With the switch to V Magic Mirror, I was very more comfortable streaming using the model. That being said, it still wasn't perfect with its inconsistency with emotions. But for me, it was good enough till I can find a better solution later on. As the week began, I diverged off my usual path. Most of the streams were Halo Master Chief Collection related, so I did a late night stream of Forager, which was a game I wanted to try out. After that, it was Halo Infinite's gameplay reveal, which I did not do a live react, thinking everyone else is doing it, why should I? So I waited a bit, and I made a mockery of it. Not because I hated it, just because it would be something fun to do, and be different. You realize, literally, everyone's taking the crap out of it. The funny part that came out of it was that was my highest viewed video at that point. I did something right there, and I still don't know how. I'm guessing tags, because Halo Infinite Monkey. Craig. In any case, I continued streaming, and I started feeling a little bit drained. But lo and behold, when it came to Friday, I did something. You see, I hang out with my friends every Friday to play some D&D and hang out and such. Not the best idea in this climate, but hey, a man's gotta live somehow. Anywho, one of my friends brought in his Oculus Quest, and this was my first actual taste of virtual reality. And it was an experience.
I gotta do Russian squats! I'm pulling my Slavic heritage! I don't even have any!
Playing VR for the first time was something I still can't describe, really. It's one thing to do it by yourself, but I had friends who did it with me, who were already adjusted to VR, to an extent. Out of the 3 games I played, Beat Saber was obviously the funnest. Though, that being said, I now have a craving for it, which will not really be satisfied. I get why it's popular, but at the same point, for people like me, it's still pretty expensive, and pretty much a big investment. So, if I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna make sure it's good. So don't expect me doing VR stuff in the future, guys. Just an FYI. So now that I got the appeal, I kind of felt a little bit better trying to stream. But lo and behold, the problems, they started to emerge. My God. Week 3 was a test of patience and will. At least on Monday, everything seemed fine. I played Streets of Rage 4, which I've never really played that beat-em-up series. I played it, and everything was fine. Then came Wednesday, when I wanted to try Crackdown 3. For some reason, my internet decided to just die. And because of that, I was really, really drained. I tried another game, a game called Crosscode. For some reason, it just didn't work. I kind of blame the problem of Xbox Game Pass on PC, but at the same time, I don't know. Might be OBS's fault. In any case, week 3 was an absolute failure, and I had to try and make it up somehow. Did the same thing Friday with D&D and chilling with my homies, and I took a little break. And as such, I was on to week 4. Week 4 was one of those get it done and forget type of weeks. I was stupidly drained from streaming. My mental health was not good, and I felt horrible. I streamed Yakuza Kiwami, which I started having fun again. I did 2 streams, and then Wednesday I just kind of took a break. I kind of decided to play something else that was in my interest. Lo and behold, that was Phantasy Star Online 2. and that took forever to download, and so Wednesday I did not stream because of that. But due to that, I was able to catch my breath, reorganize my thoughts, and begin to make this video. Now, I did kind of plan this out to be a month-long venture and maybe switch to like my actual face, but I think I'll just continue doing VTubing stuff. Besides the troubles of 310A and V Magic Mirror, I still have fun doing streams and such, even if it's just my friends watching. Heck, even this video, no one might notice and it'll just be my friends again watching it. Well, that's the fun of it, you know? This channel was just originally meant for me and my friends to really put our goofy moments that we usually do into YouTube or some way to catalog it because of how random things might happen. I guess it happens to a lot of us, really. Out of all this, this is what I learned. 1. Don't burn yourself out. I made the mistake thinking that if I just continuously do it, someone will eventually just watch me. Don't do that. Just don't. Grinding is never fun, especially on Twitch and YouTube and many other social platforms. Say, without a doubt, I tried to grind myself to make content just to make content. And in all honesty, I was not enjoying myself. I was not really having fun. Lesson 2 is prepare for anything, but also don't be surprised when the unexpected happens. There was a lot of issues I had on week 3, which I never anticipated it happening. Like internet and games just not running and just dropping frames for some reason. And 3, the most important, don't expect to always be famous. Well, yes, I would prefer to have maybe some more people in my Twitch chat. I think I've gotten over the fact of wanting to be big, famous. Well, that is still something that would be, oh, hey, that would be cool to have. I think if people are just drawn naturally to how I actually am, then maybe I'll get a following of sorts. That being said, however, I am very thankful for my friends who usually try and show up. In the beginning, I thought making a VTuber would get me to some sort of level of fame, or maybe some sort of acknowledgement that I am doing something. I am doing something to be informative or whatever, but no, it's not like that. YouTube, Twitch, social media, that's all it is. It's just media. And not everyone's gonna watch you scream out your lungs in Halo 2 Anniversary on Legendary. Nobody's gonna care whenever you have problems all the time, when no one is actually watching. What I've learned from this much is to not expect fame, to not expect glory, to not expect really anything, and to just have fun. I think in the upcoming months I will try and continue streaming using my VTube model. I will continue to stream and make funny content, at least what I think is funny, and I hope you will enjoy what I'll try and make and do. So here's the plan. If you like this video, and I'll only say this once, because I really don't like asking people to like and subscribe stuff, because I find that really annoying on YouTube. But if you actually want to see me continue doing this update type series on being a VTuber, please let me know. So this is somewhat of the plan going forward. Any gaming related content or VTubing content will continue. And I will try and continue to make these videos. Whether they be highlights, funny moments with my friends, or anything, the model will be used. And so with that, I guess I'll stop my muttering. At the end of the day, this is only a month. Who knows what will happen 6 months down the line? Heck, even to a year. During how 2020 has been, I wouldn't be surprised if 2021 is kind of crazier. I hope not. But in any case, this has been JJHALO. And, until next time.